Hi kindergarten friends, welcome to another Read Aloud video. Today we are going to be reading about a very cool animal that we don't usually see or that people don't usually talk about. So today we're going to be reading about emperor penguins. I know some of you or just one of you chose penguins to observe in the live cam zoo. So we're going to be reading about the different things that penguins do or that penguins need, okay? So keep in mind, what do penguins need to survive or stay alive, okay? So this is called emperor penguins. Looks like a penguin mama and her penguin baby. I don't know if that's how they're called, but I feel like we're gonna find out. A penguin is not your average bird. Why? Well, for one thing, penguins can't fly. They have kind of like wings, but they can't fly. They can't even flutter off the ground. Their wings are more like flippers. Interesting. And that's a good thing because penguins like to swim. Now it makes sense. Ducks paddle and swans glide. But penguins zoom underwater. Some can go 25 miles an hour. That's faster than any other type of bird. 25 miles an hour underwater. That's so amazing. There are many kinds of penguins. All except the Galapagos penguin live south of the equator. The map shows you where. So here we have Galapagos penguin, Humboldt, Magellanic, Rockhopper, Chinstrap, Adelie, Cape Macaroni, like macaroni and cheese, Emperor, King, Gentoo, Yellow-eyed, Fairy, and Snares crested. These are the different types of penguins. Rockhopper penguins have fluffy, funny plumes on their heads. Look, it's like they have super big eyebrows. Fairy penguins are the smallest. They grow to be only about 16 inches tall. Wow, that's so small. The largest penguin is the emperor penguin. It stands almost 4 feet high and it lives in Antarctica. No people live in Antarctica. Only a few animals live there. Seals and killer whales and certain birds of prey. For all other creatures, it is too cold. There are no trees or grass or flowers. Just ice, and more ice. In summer, it can be 30 degrees below zero. That's super cold. In winter, the temperature may drop to 80 degrees below zero, and winds can whip up to 100 miles an hour. That's so crazy. Winters are harsher than anywhere else on Earth. Yet Antarctica is home to about 40 groups of penguin. Each group is called a colony. A colony may have as many as 40,000 penguins in it. How can emperor penguins survive the cold? The fat in their bodies helps keep them warm. So does their thick, short coat of feathers. So that's one of the things that emperor penguins need to survive. They need fat in their bodies and they need a thick, short coat of feathers because it's really cold where they live. On land, emperor penguins waddle on their strong webbed feet. So they look like this. You can't see my feet, but they walk like this. You see them, they walk like this. They hop and use their beaks and claws to go up hills. Then they flop on their bellies and whoosh, down the hill they go. It's like sledding. Have you ever been sledding? It's kind of like that. The water is ice cold too, but this is where they are most at home. They can stay underwater for almost 20 minutes. Wow, they can dive way down deep. In fact, some emperor penguins can dive 900 feet below the water surface. Whoa! In the inky black water, they hunt for fish and squid. Look, they're hunting for their food. Here's fish, and here are the squids. Wow. Like all penguins, emperor penguins have black backs and white bellies. Those colors help protect them from enemies in the water. Leopard seals and killer whales hunt for emperor penguins. From below, the penguin's white belly blends in with the ice. It's hard for enemies to see them. So just like the frogs, they get to camouflage with their bellies that are the color of white, the same color of ice, so they can blend in with their environment. Large birds like petrels also hunt for emperor penguins, but from above, the penguin's black back blends in with the black water. Very interesting. Still, a petrel may spot a penguin, then it will swoop down. The penguin has to swim away really fast. Like all birds, emperor penguins lay eggs. In March, they go inland to their nesting grounds. That is the place where they were all born. So it's like they go back to their homeland to have their babies. But they do not build nests for their eggs. There are no twigs or grass around. In May, the egg is laid. The mother penguin is very hungry now. She wants to hunt for fish. She passes the egg to her mate. She must do it very, very carefully, or else the egg can crack. So here is mother penguin passing it to daddy penguin. How does the egg stay safe in such cold weather? The male penguin tucks the egg under a flap on his belly. This flap is called the brood pouch. The egg rests on his feet. Now it is safe and warm. The mother penguins begin a long walk to the sea. There they will feast on fish and krill and squid. It will be 2 months before the mother penguins return to their eggs. For those 2 months, the father penguins keep holding the egg. During this time, the weather gets much colder. Storms come, the male penguins huddle together. They take turns being in the middle because it is warmest in the middle. At last, the mother penguins return. It is now July. The penguins find their mate by calling to each other. They know their mate's sound. Many chicks have just hatched. They are less than a pound. They are covered in fuzz. They make soft peeps. The baby penguins are called chicks. Look, they're so cute. Right away, the male penguin passes the chick to the female. The fathers have not eaten in months. Now it is their turn to feast in the sea. At first, the chicks stay very close to their mother. They get their food from inside their mother's throat. The little chicks grow quickly. At last, the male penguins return. The chicks peep and squeak. It is as if they are calling, "Here I am, here I am." In this way, the male penguin finds his family. For a little while, all 3 penguins spend time together. The chicks get bigger. They grow downy feathers, but they are gray, not black and white. They spend more time with other penguin chicks. The days grow longer by December. The chicks are ready to live on their own. They have their grown-up feathers. They begin their first trip to the sea. Nobody teaches them to swim. All on their own, they know how. They will hunt and play in the water. They will try to stay away from enemies. For 4 years, they will live in the sea and at the water's edge. Then they will travel the long miles to the nesting grounds. And one day in June, can you guess what will happen? An egg will hatch, and peep, 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 out will come a little chick. It will look around and see ice, ice, and more ice. This is home to the emperor penguins.